Welcome to our program on Kardec Radio.
Hello, dear friend. Welcome here to Kardec Radio and the Spirit Society of Virginia in one more online spiritual care. What is the online spiritual care? It's this spiritual treatment that we allow to enter our homes. Thanks to the pandemic, the spiritist centers are bigger than ever because now they have extensions in our homes. And if we really use it well, our homes become true outposts for the good spirits to help many, not only on this day at this time, but many other days during the week, different times of the day as well. So, this is a moment for us to recharge, to rebalance, to allow the good spirits to operate upon us. It's not only 30 minutes. This is just the beginning of a long journey through the night. And if you're watching this on demand during the day, make sure that during this day, if you have to work, if you watch this and you have to work, take it easy. If you still have so many duties, remember, do not overcharge yourself, especially regarding food. Do not overload yourself, especially with meat, because the same vital center chakra, which is the solar plexus, at the level of our stomach, that is processing the healing energies, the vitality is the one that makes the digestion happen. So, if we overload the digestive system, we don't free as much this vital center, this chakra to process the healing that we need. Okay? That's the reason why it's important to sometimes fast, like Jesus used to do, and many, the Essenes and many others. Fasting really has a reason to give us a new boost, reset. Of course, if you have any question regarding this, you can send an email to kardecradio@gmail.com. For now, we're going to invite you to the beginning of the online spiritual care. Make sure you have a cup or a glass or bottle of water next to you so the good spirits can pour the remedies that you and your family members need. Now, our dear Kara Correa is going to begin by reading a message from the book, The Way, the Truth, and the Life by Emílio through Chico Xavier. Right, Carol?
Right. Thank you, Vanessa. Tonight, the mentors have selected message number 18 for us to read. It is entitled Inner Cleansing. Wash your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you of double mind. James 4:8. Emmanuel explains this verse by saying, everyone has both an outer life, which is known and analyzed by everyone around them, and an inner life, which only they themselves know about. This inner world is the source of all good and bad principles, and all outward expressions have their bases there. As a rule, we all harbor serious inner deficiencies that need to be rectified. But the work of cleansing is not as simple as it seems. It is very easy for a person to confess the acceptance of religious truths or to give lip service to spiritually constructive ideologies. But it is quite another matter to accomplish the work of inner growth, making use of self-discipline, fraternal understanding, and the spirit of sacrifice. The Apostle James fully understood the seriousness of this matter and advised disciples to wash their hands, that is, to rectify their behavior in the outer world and live differently in the eyes of others. But he also urged them to work on cleansing their sentiments in the sacred room of their conscience, which followers can only experience in the impenetrable solitude of their thoughts. This valorous friend of Christ, however, did not forget to affirm that this endeavor is for those of double mind, for such renewal can never be achieved only at the cost of fine sounding words.
Thank you, Carol. Friends, let us then pray together. Let us remember that prayer is not in any way a ritual. In Spiritism, we understand that prayer is communication with God. But when we're praying together, how we're going to communicate together, right? The person who is leading the prayer is like the conductor with the good spirits, and we follow through with our inner instruments, the heart and the mind. And then we can, like in an orchestra, pray very high. Instead of individual petitions, we have this collective harmony, raising high and asking for everybody's good. Let us pray in that way. Dear Master Jesus, we have just entered a new month, the month in which we celebrate the anniversary, the birthday of Allan Kardec. And we rejoice, knowing that there is cooperation amongst our generations, the works of those in the past benefit us in the present. And thus, as we are here today, we hope that the decision to be here benefits as well those who are going to come to the earth, whether they are in our family, immediate family, or not. We hope that the investment in our spirituality, in our inner purification, brings positive contents to everyone on earth, even if it is the contribution of a small molecule of joy. May this little drop of joy touch a heart that needs it the most. We trust that your love can multiply it by millions of drops of joy, and we visualize a shower of joy, renewing our hopes, restoring our trust in God, and boosting reconciliation within ourselves, with one another. And we visualize our homes receiving this flow of healing light, spreading itself out to the neighborhood, and from the neighborhood to our cities, and the shower of healing light to our countries, enveloping the whole planet Earth. With deep gratitude for the permission to be here, we count on your guidance and protection today and always, and so be it. So friends, Jesus is coming to town. It's not Christmas yet, but it's the Jesus in the home. Paloma is going to lead us into an encounter with Jesus and the disciples. Right, Paloma? It's about
Right.
mutual help.
It's about mutual help, and Jesus brings to us such a beautiful story in this chapter. And of course, we are bringing snippets from it. If you want to read the whole chapter, go to the book, Jesus in the Home, and it's chapter 16. So it starts by saying that the disciples were talking, and a lot of these conversations happening around Peter is the disciples talking and Jesus paying attention. He observes, he listens, just like he still does with us. He's observing us and listening. So Andrew and Matthew, they were talking how hard it was to look after their own things, so their personal problems, their lives, while they were also dedicating to helping others. So they were kind of like a little bit of complaining, maybe. We can extrapolate that they were like, oh my God, how hard is this? You know, we need to take care of our homes and do this and do that, but then we need to help. Jesus was there just listening. And when the discussion is starting to go down, quiet down, he started to tell a story. And Jesus was telling a story about two old friends that were walking through like kind of like a mountainous region, but like very like desert, so not a lot of vegetation. And these two old friends started feeling ill, and it was cold. So they were getting thirsty, and they were feeling ill, and they wanted to protect themselves from the freezing air. It wasn't looking very good. They needed help, try to get out of that situation. And when they were walking, they came upon a half-dead child laying on the road. Just a child that was lying on the road, and with, a mercy of that winter day, that cold air. Then one of the men that got very irritated, he said, well, I am not going to waste my time. I have to worry about taking care of myself. Let's move on. Telling the friend. Imagine you're right there. There's a child that's almost dead. You look at it. What do you do? This man said, no way. I am not feeling great myself. I cannot help anyone. Let's go. The other man that had a more of a compassionate heart said, friend, we must save the child. He's our brother in humanity. The man that was very irritated said that he could not do it, that he was tired, he was sick, and carrying that child would be a burden. and he left. He wanted to get to the closest city, the little village, get to an inn, protect himself. He left. He left the child and his friend. So the man that stayed with the child, the compassionate man, picked up the child, put it close to his body, and carried him. Freezing rain was falling all night long. But after walking and walking and walking, they reached the inn in the village. Of course, this man looked for his friend. He couldn't find him there. His friend didn't make it. He asked about nothing. The next day, they went to search and found the man dead. And Jesus continued, he was explaining that because the man, the one that decided to go by himself, because it was so cold and rainy, his body was wet, he lost a lot of warmth. And there wasn't anything to help him keep it, so he died because of the cold air, the rain. On the other hand, the man that picked up the child and was cradling him close to the body, they were exchanging body heat. So both of them received the warmth and they survived. And the first lesson that Jesus brings to us is that, by helping the abandoned child, he had helped himself. So the kind man was helping someone and ended up being helped himself. Otherwise, he would have ended up like his friend that, was dead in the forest because of the weather. And Jesus continues by saying, by selflessly stepping forward to help someone, he had managed to triumph against the hardship of the journey, thereby enjoying the blessings of mutual salvation. So it wasn't that just he saved himself. Jesus is using the word mutual, right? He saw the child that needed help. If he didn't help the child would probably have died. Picked up the child. If he didn't pick up the child, probably he would have died because it was so cold. So by them being together and exchanging something that is already in our body, in this case, the body heat, they saved each other. And Jesus finalizes for us. People's most eloquent and exact testimonies before the Almighty Father are their own deeds. So when we are thinking of God, saying, God, what have I done? It's a very important question for us because we're going to respond for our own deeds. That's what Jesus is telling us. Our testimonies is according to our own deeds. We can be here talking. But it's really what we did is what matters. And he continues, the very ones whom we help are our support. The heart we save will become a resource for us one day or another. Let no one doubt this. Let us repeat this sentence. Let no one doubt this. Those who live for themselves are merely a living ornament of loneliness, but those who work on behalf of others are creditors of everyone's help. By helping, we will in turn be helped. By giving, we will in turn receive. This is the divine law. And we study this law, friends, deeply in Spiritism. The law of action and reaction. We do something, we're going to receive something. Whatever we receive is according to what we're giving. And it's not only about giving material things, and that's when Jesus is saying it's according to our own deeds, because they are actions. They're not something you can go touch. It's not just giving like, oh, I have, my winter jacket to give, but you give just because you really don't care. That action doesn't count because it's not from the heart. What matters is the action. What are we giving? What are we giving people that needs our help? Are we willing to give our time? Are we willing to give our energy? Are we willing to give love? Are we willing to dedicate a good ear? See, it's not about giving things, giving money. In this case, in this story, this person, because he carried the child, he gave attention, he saved a life. He didn't know this, but he also didn't doubt it. He just did it. And if we look at nature, nature is in constant mutual cooperation. Constant mutual cooperation. And we're all benefiting from this, right? We need air to breathe, so we live. And when we breathe out, we have trees that consume the air that we breathe out, and they put in the soil that uses that air, transforms it, and makes the soil good for plants. The very plants that we consume it again. It's all about mutual cooperation. And for us to reflect a little bit as we are in the spiritual treatment, where we're also under mutual cooperation works that are beyond what the eyes can see, works that are coming from the spiritual realm under the coordination of Jesus, bringing to us so much help that we benefit. They give to us, and we're here together to give it back. So as we're preparing ourselves for our passes and prayer, let us take this moment and be in full awareness that we are right now cooperating with the higher spirits, doctors and nurses that are here to help us. But to help us, we need to allow it. We need to give our full attention. We need to be together, focused, so that we receive this, we absorb it, and we are able to expand this beautiful, bright energy to everyone around us. So let us together move to the next step, where we're going to have our healing passes and then our prayer.
So we invite you now to close your eyes and feel the love and care of the mentors who are around you. Take a deep breath in. Slowly release worries from the day, preoccupations. Take a deep breath in, taking with it peace,
healing, love, understanding, and patience. And let us release any feelings of hatred, revenge, deep sorrows of the past. And let us take another deep breath in, inhaling healthy air that penetrates our lungs and delivers the medication that we need to our physical body and especially to our spiritual body. We see that we're surrounded by lights of healing energies, as the colors of the rainbow, blue that transmits peace, green that brings us healthy, yellow that pacifies our soul, pink who brings love around and within us. We see that we are transported to a beautiful garden, and that this light starts to shine even brighter, enveloping our family members, loved ones near and far, enemies of the past, or those who for some reason or another we haven't been in touch for years, decades. This light continues traveling. It envelops our home, rescue entities that need our support, pacifying each room of our houses, and delivering the treatment that everyone needs. We now open the doors of our homes to messengers sent by Jesus, who bring a beautiful bouquet of lavender flowers and place it in the centerpiece of our dining room table. Let us remember this bouquet of flowers throughout the week to continue rebalancing ourselves. We feel that this light travels to our neighborhoods, cities, and states, as it envelops our whole planet. And we feel that we are together as a family with the animals, the plant kingdom, the air that we breathe, and the soil that touches our feet, and feeling part of our planetary family, we continue this healing session with our final prayer.
So as we continue feeling the blessings that the doctors and nurses has provided to us, in prayer, we would like to ask for all our brothers and sisters in greater need than us, those that are in the hospitals or ill in their homes and in need not only of the medicine of the physical realms, but also for this healing energy that our Creator can provide for each one of them. We also like to pray for all our brothers and sisters that are abandoned in this planet. May they feel the loving embrace of our Creator, and may each one of us be part of this co-creation with God and help all of them that comes across our daily life. We also like to pray for all brothers and sisters of ours that are thinking about suicide. May Mother Mary and her Legion go to their homes and touch each heart of those so that they can change their lives and trust in God and trust that life is beautiful and that it's better to be here. We also like to pray for every family in this planet, especially for the parents in which has a great mission of discipline, guiding and helping their kids to grow in this reincarnation and help and learn about our Master Jesus. We pray so this new generation can help the change in this planetary transition. We also like to pray to all criminals in both realms of life. May we receive the God's mercy, because we all has our debts and all need the guidance and the mercy of our Creator. And dear Father, dear Mother, dear mentors, please guide us so that each one of us can fulfill our mission. And as we're receiving all these blessings and teachings that you all came to give and share with us, help us to succeed and continue our mission in this reincarnation. And with your permission, dear mentors, loving Creator, we would like to close this therapeutic moment and healing section, and so be it.
Thank you, friends, for being with us during this time. If you have any particular need regarding this moment of the spiritual treatment, the online spiritual care, please contact us at kardecradio@gmail.com. And we wish you many blessings. May the message stay in our hearts as remedies, and don't forget to drink your water throughout the week. Thank you, friends.